Hi everyone, it's Gul Khan here, Money Mindset Expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from limiting beliefs, to reverse your money shame, and to blast through your money blocks so that you live a life of limited abundance. Now, I'm going to wait. Oh, we've got somebody here. So if you're here now, I'm running a bit late. Please say hello, tell me who you are, and I'll be awesome to connect with you. I'm actually going to go and actually share this lot as well so that I can see what's happening. Today we're going to be covering how your attachment to money is actually keeping you away. So let's see. Here we are. Let's share this. Oh, hi Rizwana. How are you, my lovely? Okay, so awesome. So great, we got Rizwana and we got maybe some other people joining us, which is awesome. So today we're going to be covering how your attachment to money is actually keeping money away. Actually, you know what I'll do? We'll do this as well. Hi everyone, so once again, welcome everybody. My internet seems to be playing up. It keeps telling me you've got a limited connection. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will work well. So welcome. We are doing session today on how your attachment to money is actually keeping it away. Now we haven't got, I wonder if what's happened to people. We're not, we haven't got many, but anyway, I'll just start anyway because we are running against time. When you join me, if you're watching some replay, please put down #replay. If you're actually watching this when you actually come and join me live, put #live. And if you can share this, if you're watching this on replay, if you can share this, I'd really appreciate it. There's no pitch, there's no sales going on in this session. We're talking purely about how I can help you to understand what is your issues with money and get this message across to as many people as possible. So hi, we've got somebody on the Instagram too, which is awesome, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's start with this now, and people can join us as they come back, and they can watch the beginning of the session anyway. So just the first thing I want to talk about is when I say your attachment, why and how do you get attached to money? So why do you get attached to money, and what are the emotions involved, and how does that actually prevent you from actually having money? Why does that actually prevent you from having money? You think, as a money mindset expert, I always talk about how you need to appreciate money, you need to love money, and why is that when you don't actually appreciate money, what's the problems? What are the causes? What causes the issues? What are the main issues when money doesn't come along? When money doesn't pop along. So I first of all say that I love money, and you should love money. So it sounds a bit counterintuitive, but if I tell you should have this love and admiration, respect for money, and at the same time I'm saying to you your attachment to money is actually the main reason why money stays away from you. So it sounds a bit contradictory in terms, but it's not. I'm explaining why. So the first thing that you would want to understand is what exactly is attachment to money. So money, when you think about money, most people have this really strong emotional attachment to money, but it's not coming from a place of abundance. It's not coming from a place of you thinking, I've got enough money and so forth. Most people, when they think of money, they think of lack, scarcity. They have elements of fear and so forth coming along. I think we've got people joining. Which is, hi Lorraine, how are you, lovely? And hi Rizwana. So we've got a couple of people joining us. So they actually think of things which are actually unproductive, which actually pulls money away. So when they think of money, they think about lack of it. When they think about money, they think about the reasons why they don't have it. When they think about money, they think about all the reasons why they don't have it in the bank account, all the ways they can't spend the money, all the ways that they cannot go on a holiday, all the ways that they cannot do X, Y, and Z. And that seems to be, unfortunately, the major issue with most people. They're unable to understand the fact that you are able to, having respect for money is one hand, but actually being attached to it. Hi, Lola. Being attached to it is another. So there's two distinctions, okay? So as a money mindset expert, I always teach my clients to have respect for money. I teach them how to actually, want and desire money and get the law of attraction working for them and actually expect it without having attachment to the outcome, without being attached to it. So if you go back to take a couple of steps back and let's think about why do we get attached to money? So what do we need money for? So we need money for our living expenses. We need money for our mortgage. We need money for our rent. We need money for our food. We need money for our car payments. We need so forth. So money is a necessity. We need money. So unless you trained your brain, you generally have this thing that you need money, right? Okay. So you have this need for money. And until and unless you address this need, you're going to always need it. You come and you ask for money from a place of needing it. You really need to have this money. Now, when you need something, what does it cause you to mean? It means when you really need something, when you keep thinking, I want it, I need it, it means you don't have it, right? Because you don't need something that you already have. So you don't need food. If it's already in the house arena, you don't need to have food that's already in the fridge. You don't need, you don't keep thinking about I have to go and get milk. For example, a small example, when you don't have you normally have milk at home, right? When you don't have milk, you think, okay, I haven't got milk, I need to go and get milk. I haven't got milk, I need to get milk. You keep thinking that. It's a small example. When you have milk in the fridge, do you think about it? Do you even think about it? No, you don't. Even though you need milk to make a cup of tea for your cereals and so forth, you don't think about it because you don't need it anymore. Is this making sense to you guys? Do you understand why this is so powerful? So when you need something, it means it doesn't, it's at the moment, it's not in your life. So another thing that would be, for example, when you have, for a house that for example, I've got mortgage to pay at the end of the month. So I need a certain amount of money for that mortgage. Now, the normal average person would be constantly wondering, okay, so I need X amount of money and how I'm going to get it and what I'm going to do, whatever. So they think about money, but from a negative point of view. One, they get, because they can't see the money coming in, they get frustrated and annoyed. Again, those emotions get attached to money. Secondly, they keep thinking they don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have it. See how powerful this is? See how powerful this is? So when they think they don't have it, what's the message that you are giving to the universe? What message are you giving to the universe? So let me for those of you who are actually who are not that familiar with the law of attraction, let me give you the basics of the basic principles of law of attraction. The law of attraction teaches us three principles, okay, three things which underlie the basis of law of attraction. First of all, everything's energy. So everything, including you, your hair, your ideas, your thoughts, your mind, everything from this glass of water to my laptop, to my thoughts, to my words, to things I can see and things I cannot see. Everything's energy. That's first of all. Second principle is that everything vibrates at a particular frequency. Everything vibrates at a particular frequency, right? If that's the case, that everything's vibrating at a particular frequency, that leads on to the third point, that once you get in alignment, once you get into the harmony with a particular frequency, you will attract everything that's on that vibration. Okay, see how powerful this is? And this includes money. Okay, that's the principle of it. Now, if you are in harmony with lack and scarcity, if you keep thinking about money but think you don't have it, you need it, you want to have it, guess what's going to do? It's going to repel it. So the more you think you don't have it, the more the universe will respond and say, okay, fine, you don't have it. Fair enough. Here we are. Don't have it then. And how you get more of lack, you get more of less. Does that make sense? So the more attached you are to money, the more you need money, the less you will have in your bank account. The more you have this fear of losing money, the more the universe will respond by saying, okay, you have fear of that, fear, okay, let's give you more fear. Because whatever you give to the universe consciously, the universe multiplies by 10 and gives it back to you in your reality, in what's manifests around you. The universe is always manifesting. The universe is always giving to you what you ask. The universe doesn't give to you what you think, what you say in your heart that I really, really want. The universe can only give to you what it is able to give to you in terms of what you show in terms of your vibrations. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. Okay? So the first thing you need to address is, where do you have this need for money? Why do you have this need for money? Where is this attachment for money? And address all of those issues. Now, if you have such a strong need and such a strong attachment to money, how likely are you to get it? Now, I always give an example of a reluctant lover. So if you treat money like a lover, like a reluctant lover, like somebody you really want to attract to yourself, if you go into a room and first of all, if you really, really want someone, if you're really desperate for somebody, how likely are they to be coming, to be attracted back to you? If you're coming from from a place of desperation, when you're coming from a place of neediness, really wanting it, really having, really, really, please come into my life, how likely is that person to reciprocate the feelings? How likely is that person to say, okay, let's go on a date? Seriously, hardly anything, right? It's not unlikely to happen, because most people were like, what's wrong with you? They generally, they may not say it, but generally the subconscious belief comes up like, oh, that doesn't really resonate with me. Maybe not. We're good friends and so forth, because they're coming from an element of desperation. Same thing with money, because at the end of it, money is anything but energy. It's just energy, right? So what will happen is, when you come from an element of desperation, money responds in the same way like a lover would, and would be reluctant to come into your life, would be reluctant to come into your reality. And in fact, what will happen is, if you come from that space, if you come from that element, money would actually leave your space. as a person, probably you probably get dumped, or probably won't be, you know, even if you become, it's like if you're holding on to someone really tightly, you get into a relationship and somebody, so you start dating someone, so like money may come to you because you've managed to put law of attraction in your favor somehow or the other, and you're able to bring money in, but it will not stay, because for that very reason, because again, money does not want to stay where it's, you know, where it's being treated in a way, you know, where you're desperate for it. Now, there's a second element for it. When you become desperate for money, when you become desperate for something, you actually start repelling it, because you start getting negative emotionally involved with it. You start having negative feelings for it. Okay. Now, let me explain this to you. When you are, when you really need something, when you're desperate for something, you end up, you know, feeling like, what if I don't get it? What if he or she leaves, or whatever? You start pushing that person away because of your behavior, because you become too possessive, because you become too, possessive about the person. Same thing for money. With money, when you don't have money, you start getting angry at it. Why hasn't it showed up? Why don't I have money? Why can't I go on that holiday? Why can't I do this? Why can't I buy that car? Why can't I buy that holiday? Why can't I buy that outfit? Why can't I buy those shoes, etc.? Okay. So when you get annoyed and angry at something, how likely is that person to stay with you? Again, I always use this example. Hi Ellie, how nice to meet you, and this is my lovely. So hi Storm, and hi Hazim, thank you for joining us, my lovelies. So how likely is that person to join? Hi Gwen. How likely is that person to stay in your energy field? So think about this money. If you, for example, go into a room and, you know, you see the most handsome or the most gorgeous girl there, and you end up thinking, oh my God, I really would like to talk to her. But in your mind, you start abusing this individual. In your mind, you start saying, oh, she must be really arrogant, or he must be really arrogant. They don't want me, blah, 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 blah. And you say all these negative things about the person in your mind. You know, mind you don't have to verbalize these. In your mind, you say all these negative things about the person. How likely is that person to speak to you? Very unlikely, okay? Because subconsciously they'll pick up on your feelings. Now, if a person can do this, why not money? Because at the end of the day, money is still energy. So if you have all these negative emotions about money because you're so desperate for it, because you really need it, and when you really need something, you become angry about certain things. If you become angry at money, how likely is money to stay with you? Not much at all. Okay, now the question begs, you know, where do we get this need and attachment for money? It comes from our, you know, when we're growing up, you know, it's usually the way our parents handle money, your subconscious programming that you come from your parents. Most people get their, hi Nazreen, thank you for joining, my lovely. Most people get their subconscious programming about money from their parents. Most of your programming is done between the ages of 0 to 7. Okay, most of your programming is done between the ages of 0 to 7 by your parents or your primary caregivers at the age. Okay, now if it happens to be that at that particular age, you know, they didn't handle money well, or they weren't able to handle money well, then what are you likely to how are you likely to handle money? Now, this is the primary reason, by the way. This is the primary reason why. Hi, Nazreen. This is the primary reason why, you know, when you see generations, wealth continues. And if you're born into a poor family, you are likely to stay in a poor family. If you're born into a wealthy family, you're likely to stay in a wealthy family. Now, it's not because the wealth get wealthy and the poor get poorer. That's actually not really true, especially not in today's day and age, okay? Because the opportunities all around us. It's how you deal with money. It's how you're handling money. It's how you're thinking about money. Now, if a person's born in a wealthy family, he or she, I mean, I'm not saying wealthy people don't have problems, by the way, because everybody gets their own share of problems. So problems are subjective. I'm just talking from the financial point of view. So if somebody is born in a wealthy family, they are taught to handle money differently. They are taught to think about money differently. They are generally taught to think, okay, money just there, money exists, money, you make money, and so forth. That's the kind of ideology that's given to them. If somebody's born into a poor family or a working class family, they get to have those beliefs about money, which money is hard to work. You have to work for your money. Money is hard to come by. Money doesn't stay, and so forth. Now, if you go through the rest of your life and you don't change those beliefs, if you don't go back into internal money programming and think, okay, what programming was I given? What beliefs have I, grown up with? What beliefs do I still hold on to? Where am I going with this? What's happening in my life? How can I look at my life and see, how has money been playing in my life? What kind of role has it been playing? How have I been dealing with money? Unless and until you actually address those things properly, you will not be able to change your money story. Simple as that. Because you're most of the time, the internal programming you get at the ages of 0 to 7 puts you on autopilot. Okay, you go on autopilot and you start dealing and working with money as you would have done, like the way you breathe, the way you drive a car, the way you ride a bike. It's automatic. You don't even think about it. Most of the time when you deal with money and how you behave about money and the way you think about money is automatic. It's done through subconscious mind. You don't even think about it. Not until somebody from, hi Melanie, not until somebody from the outside, so like me, would come and say, actually, you know, what kind of beliefs are you doing? How are you handling money? What are you thinking about money? Why are you thinking about money? And how do you think about money? Until someone from externally actually questions you and actually asks you, what is the reason why you think about money this way? Why are you thinking this way? Hi, Melanie. You don't even question it. Okay, this is the key for it. And so the first and the best thing to the first and the best thing to do is actually to address, okay, where am I going? What am I doing? And how am I dealing with money? That is the first thing. And why am I dealing with the money? Why do I think about money in this way? What has triggered me? Hi, Mara. What has triggered me in my life? What has happened in my life that's making me think about money in this manner, in this way? And that is your starting point. I'm not saying you should question your beliefs and whatever. That's entirely up to you. But I would address every single one of you. If you don't have the kind of money that you want in your bank account, if you don't have the kind of millions in your bank account, then or the kind of lifestyle that you lead at the moment, think about it. Think about what kind of beliefs have you grown up with. What kind of, I'm not going to say they're limiting beliefs. That's for you to decide if they are. What kind of lifestyle have you been living? What kind of, beliefs have you been working with every single day of your life? And if that's the case, you need to address what's going on. Hello, sweetheart. Hi, Myra. So this is the first point to start with. What is the, what are you currently limited? What are your current beliefs, and how are you dealing with money? Hi, Rasila. Why have you been dealing with that? Okay, and that would give you an idea why you have this attachment, because of the way there's been dealt with it, because of this need for it, you then have this thing that, oh my God, I need to make sure I have money to pay the rent. I need to make sure I have money to pay for the food and other expenses and the holiday I want to book and so forth, the kind of lifestyle I want to live. If you don't, then you think, oh my God, why am I not thinking about money? Why am I not being practical about money? Because most people will turn around and tell you, hi, Susan, my lovely. They come and tell you, oh, you're not practical, Bonnie. And I get that all the time. By the way, I've got that all the time, especially from my children's father, my ex. He would keep saying to me, I'm not practical about money, because he was constantly thinking about money, how, the fact that he doesn't have money and how to make it. Oh, I'm glad you made it, Susan. I'm so glad you made it. So the first thing you address is, how are you viewing money? How did your parents view money? What kind of attachment do you have to money? And then realize, when you come from a space of attachment, when you come from a space of needing money, money will be pulled away. Money will always pull away, because money doesn't want to stay in a place where it's, where people are desperate for it. Money doesn't want to stay in a place where, you have to have money. Without money, you can't survive. And that's not true. You do need money. You need money you need money for everyday expenses. And I'm the first person. Hi, Rosie. I'm the first person to say you need to have, you should have a certain amount of money, and a certain amount of money in your bank account. And that's where the strategy that I talk about, cash flow mastery, really helps. Because when you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, then you stop needing money. There's an amount of money that's unique to every single person. When you have that unique amount, that maybe it could be 5,000 for somebody, it could be 8,000 for somebody, it could be 10,000 for somebody, and in dollars as well. Okay, when you have that amount of money in your bank account, something happens. So this penny drops, and you realize, actually, I have money. Instead of going from the point of I need money, I want money, you start thinking, I have money, and that is key. Okay, when you stop thinking I need money and start thinking I have money, that is the point. Hi, Rosie, my lovely. When you think I have money, that is the point when the law of attraction picks up. Okay, she has money, he has money. Okay, let's give her more money. Are you seeing how powerful this is? Do you see how powerful this is? Because then the law of attraction would actually reciprocate to you what you are giving out. You are giving out this feeling, I have money. I know I have money. Now, I know this is, it's easier to do when you have certain amount of money in your bank account. However, it's possible to reciprocate the feeling right now when you maybe don't have a penny in the bank account, because that's where willpower comes in. That's where faith comes in. That's where people like me come in, who help you to actually think, actually, you can have the feeling of having money right now, this moment. You can do it. And then slowly, if you keep holding that feeling, your external reality will start changing, and you will actually have money in your bank account. Make sense? Okay, so the most important thing you can do, hi Bilal, thank you so much, Bilal. The most important thing you can do is actually, first of all, think about, the fact that you first address where are you thinking? What are you thinking about money? Why do you need money? And what kind of attachment do you have money? Do you get angry at money? When the money doesn't show up, do you get angry and annoyed at money? Why is that? What's going on? That's the first thing. Then you go back, and the next step would be to find out, well, how did my parents deal with money? How did they deal with money? How did they behave with money when I was growing up? They don't have to give you, hi, Michael. They don't have to give you specific ideology. They don't have to give you specific tools or whatever to teach you that, okay, this is how you should be dealing with me. The point is, when you're growing up, unfortunately, you pick up subconsciously the way your parents have been dealing with money, the way they've always dealt with money. And unfortunately, that's the kind of principles that you work with. And those are principles which are ingrained into your psyche, ingrained into your subconscious mind. You don't get to change that unless you address it, consciously now, this moment now. If you don't address it, those things will not change. Those things will remain constant, and you will be at that point all the time. Makes sense? Does it make sense? Do you understand how powerful this is? Because people they tend to go operate on subconscious mind. Because remember, most of the time when you're working, you're living your life, you're not living consciously, you're living subconsciously. So let's go back. When you normally walk through the door, do you choose to, okay, I'm going to put one foot forward, the next foot forward, the next foot forward? No, you don't. You just naturally walk out. If you're used to putting your left shoe on first, guess what you'll do? You put the left shoe on first and then the right one. Okay, if you're used to eating with the right hand, you eat with the right hand. If you're used to dressing in a certain way, such basic things like dressing in a certain way, you put this clothes on first and that clothing on first. Taking a shower, from eating food to speaking to somebody, calling the number, holding a phone, watching the TV, etc. Everything is an autopilot. You don't have to consciously think about it. You don't normally think about it. Reason being, hi Michael, hi Mara, hi Susan. You don't normally think about it. It's not something that you consciously think about. It's something that's already there. It's in your subconscious mind, and you are operating on autopilot. It's simple as that. You are operating on autopilot. And when you actually change back, how do you change habits? By addressing your subconscious beliefs. Now, why is money any different? It's not. It's exactly the same. So you have these subconscious beliefs and ideas about money. And unless you change them, you will not change your feelings about money. And unless you've changed your feelings and ideologies and the way you think about money, you will not change the amount of money in your bank account. It's simple as that. It's just 1 + 1. Okay, in order for the amount of money in your bank account to change, in order for things to change, hi Rola, hi Flora, how are you, my lovely? In order for your bank account to change, for the amount of money in your bank account to change, in order for your external reality to change, you have to, by default, first change your internal thinking about money. How are you thinking about money? And that can only be changed when you start addressing and looking at what are your current beliefs, ideologies, and thoughts around money. And the best way to start is, that's why it comes back to the topic of being attached. So your attachment and your love for money. So are you, not love for money, your need for money. So when you love something, so by the way, guys, I'm the first person, I'm a money mindset expert. I always teach about how you should have love for money. So I have love and respect for money. I don't have the need for it. See the distinction? I love it. I love money because I know what it can, how it can help me and my clients and the people around me, and how I can make an impact in the world with money. So I love it and I appreciate it and I respect it. However, I don't have the need for it. I'm not desperate for it. I don't have to have it in my, I don't go thinking, please come, please come, please come. It's not that, it doesn't come from a desperation. So it's like I said, if you're a lover, if you love your partner, if you appreciate your partner, they will want to stay with you. But if you become desperate for that person, you're like, oh, please don't leave me, please don't leave me, they'll leave. See how powerful this is. Why is it any different? Why is money any different from a lover? It's not. They're both energies. Your lover is a physical form of energy in a different form. Money is energy in a different form. That's the only difference. That's the only distinction between the two people, the two things right there. Okay? So if you understand this point, coming from an element of desperation, what do you do? What do you mean, Flora? What do you mean, what do I do? Oh, you mean how to change this idea, okay? So the best thing, the best advice that I can give to you, Flora, would be the first thing you do is actually first address, what are your current beliefs? Hi, Carl, nice to meet you, Jonas. I have money, I need money equals 0. Exactly, Mara, that is key. So when you believe, Flora, you have money, money will come to you, because law of attraction will reciprocate, will give to you what you are giving out. When you think, I need money, I really have to have money, I need money, guess what law of attraction will give you? It will give you more of that, which is lack of money. If they will not give you the money. Okay, you will not have money showing up in your bank account. You will not have money showing up in your reality. You will not even opportunities. So when money is coming to you, money doesn't have to fall into your lap. Money will come through opportunities, to people, to circumstances, and it's then for you to act on those and actually bring money in. That's called receiving money. That's a topic for another day. How you receive money is a topic for another day. I will do that as well. But for the time being, I want you to understand money coming to you. It has to come to you. It has to want to come to you. In order for it to come to you, you have to change your relationship with it. So you need to come now to an angle where you love and you respect and appreciate money, just as you would a gorgeous lover, rather than needing and being desperate for it. This is making sense to you guys? Is this making sense to you guys? Are you seeing how powerful this is? And just a small tweak in how you view and how you see and how you have an attachment to money can make all the difference in the world, because it will make a difference in the world. It will showcase, in your mind, how important is money without you getting desperate for it. When you change your relationship around it, when you change your ideas around it, when you change your limiting beliefs around it, because money is what? Money is energy, and therefore, by default, it's everywhere. Abundance is everywhere. We don't have to think about getting oxygen. We have it, right? We have it. We have an abundance. But even without oxygen, God forbid, we can't survive. Maybe a few seconds or something, right? So if abundance is all around us in terms of in nature and oxygen and water and so forth, why is money any different? Money is all around us. There's so many, especially in this day and age, there are so many opportunities for you to make money. There's so many opportunities for you to monetize your gifts and talents. There are so many opportunities for you to actually bring in the kind of money that you want. The only difference is how are you working on it? What are you doing? Most of my clients, when they come to me, I don't teach about business skills, even though I can. I run a very successful business, but I purposely don't teach about business. I don't teach about how to market their homes. I don't teach about how to sell their services. I don't teach about how to get more clients. That's not my job. Other people can do that for them, because I find most people who come to me actually have all the talent they need. They have all the expertise in the area that they're working on. They have all the talents, all the resources, everything they basically need to have a very successful business. They already have. They just need the pieces to fit together, and the pieces only fit together when your mind is right, when your mindset has worked on right, and most importantly, when your subconscious mind is on your side. The problem you have is 99% of the people are working against the subconscious mind. And I put it this way: I always give the example of subconscious mind being an airplane and your conscious mind being the pilot. So if you imagine your plane subconscious mind is designed by default to go in a particular direction, and you want to go in the opposite direction. It's designed to go towards, for example, Turkey, and you want to go to China. Okay, you want to go in a different direction. Until unless you've addressed this subconscious, the programming of the subconscious mind of this airplane, you will end up in Turkey. You're not going to go to China. You will not go to China. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter how many steering wheels you pull. It won't work. So you have to go in and change the programming in the plane in order for it to. So when you change the programming, what we'll do, you can either do manual override. You can do, okay, let me just give you manual override. So for the time being, let's cancel the old programming and use manual override. So this is very key. This is key. Hold it. Listen to this. This is key. So the first thing you'll do is cancel the old programming and you do manual override. So the time being, temporarily, until the programming is fixed, you will hold on to the steering wheel of the plane and steer it in the right direction. Slowly but gradually, that would become the norm, and it would sink into the subconscious mind, and it would actually become the programming for the subconscious mind for the airplane. And therefore, you can take your hand off the steering wheel and go back to your automatic, the automatic behavior that you normally have to for 90% of your things, and thereby you'll end up getting to your destination much faster. Imagine if you go from here to wherever you want a task you're going to do. For example, you're going to go to driving. Listen to an example given by Eric Ho recently, and I thought it was a fantastic example. He gave the example when you're driving from destination from A to B, isn't it a certain part of the time? Sometimes you go away and you're like, oh my God, you don't remember a certain part of the journey. I know this happened to me a couple of times, and it scared the daylights out of me. You think, oh my God, where the hell was I mentally for a part of the journey? I don't remember where I was. I honestly don't remember where I was, and that hit home. And that is because even though you're in the car, you're driving this huge thing, okay? You're driving this. We could do more conversations via DM, right? Yes, we can, Flora. Of course we can. We can have a chat about this, my lovely. Of course we can. Going back to this point. So, you know, when you're driving the car and you're part of the journey, you completely forget. You forget the journey because you're like, oh, what happened? How did I get here? How did I do this? What this doesn't make sense. And you really don't recall a part of the journey. This happened to me so many times, and it scares me until I realized your subconscious mind is so powerful that you can go off and you can astral project or whatever else. Your mind goes elsewhere, and you can, and it comes back in your body. You're like, oh my God, I've missed about 5 minutes of the journey, and you don't know where, you know, you arrived safely though. In that time, remember, you've been looking in the mirrors, you've been driving safely, you've managed to safely get your body from that point to the next point, and even though you're missing for 5 minutes in the middle, you still arrived safely. Does it make sense? That's your subconscious mind controlling you. That's the subconscious mind dealing with you. That's the subconscious mind getting you from A to B. Okay, that's what it does normally. Unfortunately, most people have the subconscious mind working against them. Okay, this is where I come in. This is where that's where, you know, I think, hi Jackie and hi Tyza. This is why it's so important that you get your subconscious mind working for you rather than against you. And this is where energy wise as well, because when you get your subconscious mind working for you and you clear your energy blocks, you clear your all the things that are holding you back, you find things just fall into place. Opportunities, people, circumstances come your way which blow you away, and you think, oh, where did the money come from? I'm going to give a recent example though from one of my clients, which I think is fantastic. So I've shared her testimony on my page, and I've actually shared, I think I've shared it on my Instagram as well, where my client, you know, she put a condo on for sale, and when she put it on 3 years ago, they didn't get a single offer. By the way, it's not a single offer. So she put a condo on for sale because she wanted, that's what the intention she had when she came to work with me, that she wanted to sell her condo. She wanted to sell it for profit also. You have to set the intention that you want to sell it for profit. So within 3 days of putting the 4 days of putting the offer in, put the condo on the sale, they got an offer for something like I think 8K less than the asking price. Now I actually did tell her that she could actually hold off and they'll get the full asking price. I did tell her that, but her husband was a bit more reluctant. He wanted to accept the offer. They accepted the offer. Now once I think within a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, it was processed through and the sale's done and they've got the exchange of papers. Now when they were doing this, the agent kept telling my client of mine that how lucky she is, because, now listen to this, the market apparently is not good for condos at the moment, and how there are condos in the apartment, actually there's one on the same floor that's been on the market for the last 4 months and hasn't sold, and other condos have reduced the price, listen to this, have reduced their price by 78,000 and still not sold, and they sold it within 4 days. And they exchanged the paperwork within 4 weeks. Now, did I tell her how to market her house? Did I tell her where to market her house? Hell no! That's not my area of expertise. That's not for me to do. But what I did do with her was clear her money blocks, clear her energy and the way she thinks and the way she deals with it. And that's where she's giving me the testimony how, you know, she said the magic factor was good. It wasn't me who did the magic. I helped her to see things in a different way. I helped her to see what's possible. I helped her to think in a different way. I love the book by, hi Saroj, my lovely. I love the book, Think and Grow Rich, because, and The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, where he talks about it's not the action that makes the difference. It's doing these actions with thinking in a certain way. So you have to think in a certain way, and that is my area of expertise. This is why I love teaching my people, because every single one of you who's watching this right now, I can guarantee you have the talents, you have the abilities to become and be and everything you want to be. And in that case, if you want to be a millionaire, for sure. If you want to be a singer, if you want to be an author, if you want to be an artist, you want to be an editor, you want to be, I don't know, bestseller, whatever you want to be, you have the ability, because universe, divine source energy, does not ignite a desire in your heart without giving you the talent to fill it. Let me repeat that. Universe, divine source energy, God, Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever you want to call that energy source, okay? The universe, the source, this divine source energy will not ignite a desire in your heart without giving you the talents and the abilities to fulfill it. Okay, it's not unfair. It's not, the universe is not against you. The universe does not, the divine source energy does not dangle this, carrot in front of you and make you, want to run after and think, and you think, there's no way I can fulfill them. Every single desire you have in your heart is the source's way of trying to express more life through you. It's divine source energy's way of expressing more divinity through you. Listen to this. This is key. If there's one thing you take away from today's conversation, please take this away. Every time you have a desire, every time you have any desire in your heart to live in a better house, to live in a better car, to have better health, to have better relationships, to have any desire you have in your heart, any desire whatsoever, is divine source energy trying to express and live more through you, because you are part of divinity. You are part of divine source energy. Remember, you are a creator being in a body. Divine source energy runs through you as it does around you. Okay, you're part of the universe. You're not living in a universe. You are part of it. And therefore, when you have this desire, is the desire. For example, nature is not there's no anything about scarcity. If there's grass, there's a hell of a lot of grass. There's weeds and everything grows up. Okay, that's how nature works. So why would it be any different for you? Why would it be different for you? And this is where I want you to stop thinking. So hi, Maria. Thank you for joining. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. There is a clearing that's in the Magnanimous Money Mindset group. If you're not a member, please come and join to that before we start. We start at 9:30, and we'll be doing a live clearing on this. I'm an energy healer at the core of it. I'm actually a healer probably at my core, and I will be doing a clearing on how to change your energy around money, how to change your attachments to money, and how to let go so you can things can start flowing better towards you, better for you. Yeah. So let's get in there. If you don't remember, please come and join. Just go. This should be something around here somewhere. Come become a member, and it's free, by the way. It's a free Facebook group. Come and join, and I will do a complete clearing for you. Then you can experience firsthand what it's like to actually experience when you're not attached to money, but you have love and respect for money. Okay, so in short, what should you be? Where should you be? You should be in a space, you should be in a place where you have love and respect for money, not attachment and need for money. There's two different things and two different distinctions. This is very, very key. When you have love and respect for something or someone, or especially money, more will come to you. When you have need and aspiration for something or someone, especially money, the less will stay with you, and the most likely the person would be repelled and move away anyway. I hope today's topic was useful. By the way, all those who have watched, I should have said this before, please do actually share this video with somebody, because I think this is very useful. Please do share it, because I think this, as you can see, there's no pitch, there's no I'm not selling anything. The idea is that as many people as possible can actually listen and get value from this video. So please do share this video with anybody and everybody who you can. And most of the rest of you, I hope you guys can join me in the Magnanimous Money Mindset group in about 20 minutes, so we can do a clearing on this attachment and need for money. Okay. So do you have any questions before I wrap up? I'm going to wrap up now, unless we have any questions. Do you have any questions? We've got some time, so I can open up for questions if you need it. No questions? No questions? I take it, no questions. Oh, actually, there is a delay. I know there's a delay, for me getting the comments on the laptop, because this is on my laptop. So if we're getting delayed, then we'll leave it. You can still ask me questions. If you're watching this in replay, please do ask questions. I'll come back and answer later. So if you're watching this in replay, first of all, put that #replay so I know you're watching on replay. And secondly, ask a question, and I'll come back and I'll answer them later on if I missed you now. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, guys. And remember, we'll do this all over again next week on the business page at 8:30 promptly, and we'll talk about another topic, something around money, energy, something like that. And until then, good night, God bless, and have a lovely week. See you then. Bye for now.